Good day everyone. I am Professor Y. Kadam from Department of Mechanical Engineering, PES Modern College of Engineering, Shivajinagar. Till now, we had seen how we are going to model the different components of butterfly valve assembly, and we have covered the body, the shaft and the retainer. Now let us begin with the arm. So try to study this arm for a few minutes before attempting to draw. Now, I have saved the other components in a directory on my hard drive. I will create a new part file to save the upcoming part, that is the arm. This one I will be using front plane to draw. The reasons I had told you in the previous video. Now, if you observe, I have three features here: the cylindrical feature on the left, the cylindrical feature on the right, and the web which joins the two cylinders. I won't be able to draw all of these in a single sketch. What I will be doing is I will be drawing these two cylindrical parts in one sketch, and I will be using extrude to draw the cylinders. Next, this middle portion will be drawn in the later sketch. Let us see how. I am drawing random circles. I will constrain them later. Diameter of the outer circle is 112.5. The radius of inner circle is 28.15. Make sure you give the proper value. Since it is radius, I will have to double this. This is 48.3, 87.5. The center distance is 300. Now, to constrain them fully, constrain the sketch fully, that is, I will have to make these 2 points horizontal. Now, to remember, whenever my sketch is underdefined, how I can check which is the constraint that is needed? Just take hold of any entity which is blue in color and try to move it. See, this turns. So, its position with respect to origin needs to be defined. So, I will make them horizontal. That's it. I will go to features. I will go to extrude boss, and since the height of extrusion is same for both, that is 62.5, I can extrude them in a single go. I will use the mid plane option. Now remember, this is important. I will be using mid plane option. If you don't use the mid plane option, if you use the blind option, what happens is that you will have to create a plane, or you will have to use these options, that is offset option, when you want to model that middle rib. Now, if you observe, I have not created this keyway. So, I deliberately left it out so that we can see how we can edit a previously drawn sketch. So, to make sure that you make sure that you have drawn, after you draw the part, and if you want to edit that particular sketch, you can go to the feature manager design tree on the left, click on that particular feature, you will observe the sketch beneath that feature, right click on that sketch, click on edit sketch, you will enter the sketcher, make the view normal, and you can go on adding sketch entities. In our case, that is, we have to add 3 lines. Let us observe the dimensions: 12.6, 35. This is sorry, this is 35 and this is 12.6. Now this is still underdefined, so to fully define this distance is needed. So this is the distance with respect to origin. So since the origin is at the symmetry, this will be half of 12.6. So this is done. Next, you should trim this part, otherwise it will create issues when you are extruding them or when you exit the sketch. Now this is done. Now these two bodies are disjoint bodies, right? Generally this is not allowed in 3D modeling. Okay, so I have to make sure that I join them. So on the front plane, I'll sketch this feature, this sketch. I can draw two random lines and then I can give the constraints. So when you are giving constraints, make sure that coincidence is always first. So here, since I had drawn the line before, I will show it again. Since here I had drawn the line such that it is coincident with the cylinder, and again it is coincident here. Okay, so that was not intended. It snapped onto the center. Okay. Now I will have to make these two tangent. Similarly, these two tangent. Now the sketch will be fully defined. That is, this line will be fully defined. Now, before giving tangency here, always it is a better idea, good idea, that is, to give coincidence first. And then give tangency, because what happens is we may miss giving the coincidence constraint at later stages, because the points will be very close to each other. I will undo all these and I will show you what I mean. If I give tangency first, I may miss out on making this coincidence. So my sketch will be disjoint, or it will be open. If these 2 points are, this point and this circle or the cylindrical part is close enough, I may miss giving the coincidence constraint, and I will have an open sketch, and it will create problems when I am extruding. So that's why always it is a good idea to proceed with coincidence first, then tangency. This is done. Now this is an open sketch. If I rotate this, I will be able to see that this two lines, they are disjoint. So I will have to complete, or I will have to close that sketch. So I will be making use of an arc to draw this part. This is done. Or you can also use convert entities option. So you can select go to convert entities. You can select this curve and you can click on OK. So this has been converted. Remember, you always have to trim this thing first, because it has converted the edges of the entire cylinder. Now if you observe, the sketch is closed, and I will extrude it. The depth of extrusion is 25, or the height rather. So I will be again using the mid plane option. So this is the part, that is arm. I will again save it in the directory in my hard drive. And so thank you for your time and attention. This is Professor Y. Ekadam from Department of Mechanical Engineering, PES, Modern College of Engineering, signing off. Have a good day.